Katie spoke. Please, princess, wake up. We are almost there. You need to start preparing gradually. Today is your first day in the palace, so it's not okay to be late. Hilaria replied, and it's not my first time dealing with them, right? Who doesn't know how to force me to enter the palace? Katie said. Of course, let's go and teach them a painful lesson. There are a total of 4 concubines in the harem. One of them died, and after that event, the 5th concubine will enter the palace, only to change the future. After that, Katie asked, why has no one come out to greet us? Hilaria told her, you already know the answer, isn't it? Because there are too many people in the harem. They don't care who comes now. The butler arrived and welcomed them. He introduced himself, saying, I am the butler of the royal palace. My name is Svein. It is an honor to welcome you. Hilaria thought, this butler, with such great loyalty that he is called the emperor's dog, was a surprise. When the emperor's closest person comes to pick me up, it feels unexpected. Hilaria stated, it's nice to meet you, maybe because of the pleasant weather. The carriage horses ran very fast. Fortunately, we arrived just in time for our meeting. Was it too fast, though, to catch up on time? Katie thought. She noticed that I did not pick her up on time. The butler replied, because the weather is nice, that's how it is. It's lucky to be able to greet you all without delay. Let me take you to the palace. Hilaria thought, I've heard that the scenery of the royal castle is beautiful. It seems it's not just a rumor. She asked Katie, is this like having a picnic in a secret garden? Katie asked, what picnic? Even if it's just a joke, it's still too much. Are you okay? I was afraid something might happen, so my heart was restless. Hilaria asked, afraid? What is there to be afraid of? Hilaria thought, I've seen far worse than this. I've secretly been to the Guinevere kingdom before through the origin gem. I saw the future through that gem. The future where I refused the emperor's marriage proposal was tragic. Mother, father, and the once peaceful roads were covered with corpses on all sides. All that remained was a handful of ashes. Is this what you call the end? At most, rejecting the proposal would only add one more reason, but if my beloved kingdom disappears in the future, that must not happen. That future must absolutely be prevented. The butler said, we've arrived. This is where Lady Hilaria will live in the future. This is one of the most beautiful libraries. The emperor has given all the scenery here to you as a gift. Hilaria thought, a gift? What an inappropriate word to use. When I recall what you did in the future, my teeth can't help but clatter. There is only one reason to accept the emperor's marriage proposal. To prevent the doom of my kingdom. Here I am, and the future you have envisioned. I will definitely change it, no matter what. A maid introduced herself and explained, I will show you your bedroom first. Hilaria stated, nice to meet you. It is my first time seeing such a beautiful palace. I was so mesmerized by it that I was late. This child is Katie. She spent her childhood with me, and I look forward to your kind cooperation. The maid replied, yes, ma'am. I look forward to it as well. After that, Hilaria thought, from the awful and uncomfortable scent to all kinds of accessories and red curtains, it's decorated so gorgeously. Was the emperor conscious of our first night? It's too obvious. The maid spoke, young lady, please come this way for a moment, because you were born with the characteristics of the northern people. You have fair skin, so you will look good in any dress. What do you think of the color red? Hilaria replied, but I brought enough dresses with me. I think I should wear them first. The maid told her, in Vladislav, you can never just wear any dresses carelessly. The rose embroidered on this lining is the symbol of Vladislav. His Majesty, the Emperor, is represented by purple. Her Highness, the Empress, is red. The Queen Mother is pink. And yellow flowers are for the grandchildren. Wearing clothes that are not embroidered with flowers is against the law of the imperial palace. Hilaria thought, what a pain in the neck. Why is she trying to dampen the mood? I can pay off the tailors, but if someone wants to play tricks here, I need to be familiar with the laws of the imperial palace. The maid continued, you will have a lot to learn from now on in order to be favored by the emperor. Hilaria asked. Celeste said she would help me. Celeste replied, yes, young lady. Hilaria stated, I think there has been a little misunderstanding. Celeste thought, what is this? Her mood suddenly changed. Hilaria told her, I am a simple person. Most of us Guinevere people are. Should I be good to the emperor? give birth to a son, and live in this castle. I'm not interested in doing that. Celeste thought. The atmosphere in the room became heavy. A young lady who has just become an adult can create this kind of pressure, Hilaria explained. Do you understand? The red and yellow flowers Celeste is talking about. I mean, I am not interested. Celeste, frightened, spoke, saying things like that. Hilaria stated, I am leaving this place after I achieve my goal. I don't have a gentle enough personality to live in a palace like this, especially when I can't stand someone being above me. So now, do you understand what I want? Calmly and obediently listen to me. This explanation is simple enough for a child to understand, right? Celeste thought. I feel like I'm going to be eaten. I have to answer, she replied. I understand. Hilaria commented, good girl. Now go tell the Emperor that. I don't think I can spend the night with him because I am not feeling well, Celeste replied. But you have to spend the night with His Majesty in order to become a queen. Hilaria spoke. Celeste is also very delicate. I did not come here because of a deal with the royal family. I am here as a princess of the duchy. Among those who entered the palace as queens, was there anyone who was treated like me? Celeste thought. Obviously, from Stilrose Palace to the regarding ceremony, her treatment has been different from the other queens. The fact that Svein, the head butler, went out to greet her himself is unprecedented. But even more so, I was looking forward to serving someone who would become the empress in the future. Hilaria explained, whether or not I reject the emperor, I will still be given the position of queen. That is what the promise between the Principality of Guinevere and the Winfrey Empire is. Even if I am the serpent who will devour this palace, you will have to make a choice. Will I be thrown aside and abandoned in the imperial city, or will you make the smart decision, stand by my side, and have the palace within my grasp? Celeste replied, I will inform him. My lady's body does not feel too well. Hilaria told her, good choice. Let's get along in the future. Celeste replied, understood, my lady, then thought, just now, for a short moment, I think her pupils were beaming like gold. Am I hallucinating? After some time, Katie asked, didn't you push the head maid too hard? What are we supposed to do if she spills the truth to His Majesty? Hilaria replied, you're worrying too much. Even if that happens, His Highness won't be able to touch me, since, right now, I am a valuable hostage who has just entered this palace. That butler we met earlier is the Emperor's close acquaintance. Whoever has seen him, even people like common concubines, can tell he is not the type of man to let things slide. I bet he'll send people to determine my worth. She continued, rumors have it that the Empress and the concubines were sent to the castle to keep the Empress Dowager in check. Essentially, we are nothing more than chess pieces. Since the current Emperor is not the biological son of the Empress, she decided to banish her biological son, who was supposed to ascend the throne, and place the Emperor and Empress on the chessboard to represent the imperial family. By taking each of the noble family's young ladies as the Empress, they're kept as hostages. Katie told her, the other Empress should also be there. You have to be more cautious. What I'm trying to say is that, even if it's just a little, you should not get hurt. Hilaria replied, I get it, all of you are so dramatic. Katie said, but isn't it obvious? There is only one princess of the duchy. At this point, it's not even a joke anymore. Hilaria replied, I'm done with that story. Then she thought, whatever it is, now that I'm here to prevent the fall of the duchy, I must slowly change everything. The Emperor is a thorough and cold-blooded person. He even used the duchy as collateral for a war to achieve his own goals. For the sake of changing the future, the first condition is accepting the Emperor's proposal. That way, no innocent children of the duchy will be forced into hardship. I will lead the duchy to victory with the power of Guinevere. Hilaria stated, take a look to see if there's anyone in the hallway, and check outside the window too. After that, Hilaria used her power to summon butterflies. She said, go ahead. After some time, Katie asked, don't you think you summoned too many? Hilaria replied, basically, the imperial palace is very large, so I didn't have much of a choice. The movements of the maids and guards are much tighter than I thought. Yet there will be more information for the butterflies to see and hear. How many mana stones did you bring? Katie replied, at this rate, I don't think they will last for a month. Should I call Lady Beatrice separately? Hilaria told her, "I've already sent a butterfly to Bibi." Katie asked, "Are you sure you're okay? You didn't catch a fever, did you?" Hilaria replied, "It's okay. Let's check whether Celeste did her job well or not." Celeste told him, "Because she rode the carriage for too long, she looks fine, but she won't be able to get up. Please inform the Emperor and send a doctor soon." Hilaria said, "I think Celeste has made a wise decision." Katie said, "Even if by chance, I was afraid that person might become food for the butterflies." Hilaria told her, "Don't worry," then thought, "So, what will you do now, Abe and Ethel Winfred?" On the other hand, the butler told the Emperor, she said her body is not feeling well. "I think it must be a lie. She looked just fine when she was entering the palace." Even Celeste could not properly explain how the princess felt uncomfortable. The Emperor stated, "Send the medicine to the princess and give her the title of Empress, and tomorrow, what if I have breakfast with her, the kind where it's just the two of us talking together?" The butler thought, for someone who has a hard time distinguishing hair color between the other concubines, he is acting weird. The Emperor thought, Hilaria managed to bring Celeste to her side as soon as she entered the palace. Impressive. So they say women from Guinevere can bewitch people. Interesting. Next scene. Hilaria asked, "He wants to eat breakfast with someone who says they're sick." Celeste replied, "It must be His Majesty's sincerity for you, mistress." And she thought, this is the first time His Majesty has offered to have a meal with a concubine, for her to receive such special treatment. Is it because of her identity? Celeste continued, "The palace chef's skills are excellent. I am sure you will enjoy the food." Hilaria said, "At least the food will be enjoyable. Also, there will be a guest coming tomorrow. Be sure to prepare without any mistakes." Celeste asked, "I don't mean to overstep, but may I ask who your guest is?" Hilaria told her, "The young miss of the Genesis Marquis." Celeste thought, did she just say Genesis? To think she can directly call over the young lady from such a powerful family. Was there originally a close relationship between both families? Who is this woman? Hilaria stated, "It is about time for the doctor to arrive. He is going to diagnose the frail royal concubine with motion sickness." Celeste replied, "Yes," then thought, she has an indescribable charisma, almost as if she is straight out of the duchy legend, the Red Queen. Next day, Hilaria thought, he ascended the throne at the early age of 15, a man at the pinnacle of an empire. After overpowering the queen and gaining his independence, his reign is considered to be better than the previous emperors. Rumors about his ability and appearance, I thought they were exaggerated by his fans, but how can he be so handsome so early in the morning? This is not fair. I barely even managed to fix my swollen face, so how does his face shine so effortlessly? The Emperor thought, she's cuter than I thought. She doesn't seem to be the dangerous witch the butler worried about. He then said, "It is good to see you eating so well. I heard your body was not well yesterday." Hilaria replied, "After a good night's rest, I am feeling better." She thought, his mouth is smiling, but his eyes are not, emotions and cold eyes. It feels like the cold touches my skin. The Emperor asked, "Since your body is well, how about we spend the night together? A queen who has not spent the night with the Emperor will be ignored at this palace." Hilaria replied, "I am grateful for the offer, but I shall have to refuse, Your Majesty. I don't like the same things as others. I love special things." The Emperor stated, "What special things can satisfy royalty? I think there are lots of things I can do in the imperial palace. For example, I can make you the Empress right now." Hilaria thought, he dares to show that my life is in the palm of his hands. You're going to make our duchy an enemy of the Empress Dowager. I refuse to be a shield. Hilaria asked, "Your joke is excessive. Could a small-minded person like myself even handle that? I am jealous and extravagant. I will be a stain on the empire." The Emperor replied, "That doesn't matter. You just need to be my pretty little flower." Hilaria thought, this is a warning, that whoever desires to be Empress will soon be nothing but a decorative rose. Then she replied, "Moving forward, I will not desire that position, but I want something simple. Please promise me just one thing. That in the future, you will accept one very small wish of mine. It will be something you can easily fulfill. In return, for your Majesty, I will hunt what you desire most, the old raccoon who lives in this palace." The empress stated, "That is quite a dangerous thing to say, my lady." Hilaria replied, "I am determined to commit to my words, dangerous as they may be." The emperor explained, "Determined, you say? Each word that an emperor utters with his tongue carries immense weight. I will trust you on your words and wait if you can endure that weight." Hilaria thought, it worked. Then she asked, "I have one more question. Do I have to go and see the Empress Dowager to formally introduce myself?" The emperor thought, "She wants to use me as a shield against the Empress Dowager." Not even the bold Lady Scylla was this brazen. How impudent and fascinating. He replied, "Do not go. I do not permit you to go." Hilaria said, "I will do as you command with joy, your majesty," then thought, "Now, let's see, I knew it, my butterfly. Don't work on him. Is something protecting the emperor from my spirits?" Still, he couldn't have noticed what I just tried to do. The emperor thought, seriously, she just will not stop with her adorable antics. It looks like things are about to get more interesting. Next scene. Hilaria thought, "Thank goodness I gained a lot from the meal, despite it being draining. Let's see, they took all the clothes I brought, but it's good that they did not find the important stuff." Katie asked, "My lady, but what if someone sees you using your spirit?" Hilaria replied, "It is fine. No one is around. My butterflies are covering the room and observing. Anyway, we are going to need more funds. We can only receive so much help from House Genesis. Now, we need a bigger playing field if we want to lure out the raccoon." Looking at the information on the empire she had gathered before coming, and the things she had learned from the orb, she thought, right now, the card with the best winning chance that I can use is arms trafficking. There were a few families trafficking arms on a large scale at this time, but if I could silently take over the operation, I would be able to earn money by legalizing the arms trade and supplying weapons to the imperial court. Since the empire is currently preparing for war, she continued, we're going to need to host a tea party. Katie asked, "Who should we invite to the tea party?" Hilaria replied, "Just wait for a bit. I think someone who can take care of it is going to visit us soon." Hilaria watched through her butterflies as a lady said, "Tell Azura to bring that woman right here now. She's just a country girl who was the last to become a consort. How dare she have breakfast with the emperor?" After some time, Azura shouted, "Lady Hilaria is obviously the one who has to make the visit. The other ladies are all gathered in our palace just as we speak." Another maid replied, "You never mentioned anything about this in advance." Celeste arrived and said, "Lady Hilaria is waiting for you. Please follow me inside." After that, Azura introduced herself and relayed the message, "If it would not be too much trouble, will you come with me to the—" Hilaria interrupted, "Be a good girl and come here." Azura thought, what is going on? Everyone looks so tense. Hilaria continued, "I don't like repeating myself. I said, be a good girl and come here. How much longer are you going to make me look up at you?" On the other hand, the empress spoke, "Even a young consort ignores me now." The count told her, "The girl is acting high and mighty, trusting that the name Guinevere will protect her. You have to show her her place. A mere consort is no match for the empress. It would not be so difficult to put her in her place if you wish to do so." The empress commented, "You are quite right. His Majesty may have given her an order, but I am still the elder of this palace. I need you to go and have a talk with your daughter." The count asked, "Do you mean Lady Olivia?" The empress replied, "It should be easier for Olivia to get close to her as a fellow consort, should it not? Olivia is smart and tenacious. I believe she will do well." The count told her, "Of course, your Majesty, I am so grateful," then thought, "With this, I have gained the full trust of the empress. After all, the fate of my house rests on who I stand with. That young emperor can't hold a candle to the empress. Not in a million years." Back at Hilaria's palace, Azura spoke, "I am here just as you asked, so do you have something you wish to say to me?" Hilaria stated, "Empress Consort Benish, who served her the birthday cake she ate before her death." Azura was shocked and thought, how on earth does she know about that? Empress Consort Benish died a few months ago. Nothing concrete was revealed about her death. Certainly, no one would have known that the birthday cake she ate right before her death was the cause of it, except for the culprits. Hilaria continued, "Don't worry, I have not told anyone yet, but, goodness My neck is feeling strained for some odd reason, Hilaria stated. Kneel. Do you think you could get away with that attitude of yours? Azura replied, my apologies. Hilaria thought, Scylla must be the one in charge among the consorts, seeing as how she was the first one to act. She is the perfect choice for the host of the tea party, just as I thought. Then she asked, why are you here? Azura replied, I am here because my lady asked to see you along with the other empress consorts. Everyone is gathered in the Canaria Palace as we speak, and I was hoping to escort you there. Hilaria asked, I am the princess of Guinevere, is your master's status higher than mine? Azura replied, no, of course not. Hilaria asked, so what made your lady think that she had the authority to command me to come over? I expect you to understand what I mean, since you are the head lady in waiting of a palace. I also expect you will know what to tell your lady once you have gone back to her. Azura replied, yes, my lady. After that, Celeste thought, I never thought I would ever feel bad for Azura. Katie thought, I am seriously so glad that I am on the same side as my lady. Azura thought, what is this? I thought my heart was going to burst out of my chest. It was as if she was looking right through me. Is she still watching? I thought the rumors about Lady Scylla had finally died down. I hope I did not just give Lady Hilaria something to attack us with in the future. As soon as I was in front of her, I could not help but obey her every command as if I were possessed. She just turned 20 years old. How can she have such charisma? A new storm is brewing in Vladislav. A red gust of wind that will turn this palace upside down, called Hilaria. On the other hand, the emperor asked, you heard it too, did you not, about how Lady Hilaria made Azura kneel? The butler replied, yes, I heard she actually made her kneel before her. Ever since you had breakfast with her, there has been no shortage of people wanting to know more about Lady Hilaria. The emperor commented, I cannot believe she has provided me with this much entertainment only a single day after her arrival. I look forward to what is to come. The butler told him, with this spotlight on her, everyone will be on the move, including the empress, just when I thought there was finally some semblance of order among the consorts. The duke came in and said, you worry too much. I like the sound of that consort. These places were rotting away like stagnant water. She could be a new stream of water that will revive them. The emperor spoke, how unusual for you to make such a comment. The duke replied, the blood of Guinevere is running through her veins, after all. The emperor thought, she only wants me to grant a small wish in exchange for catching and bringing me the raccoon, but for what? Those eyes, and her words. Everything about her is mesmerizing. It feels as if I am watching a rose bloom before my eyes. The butler said, Lady Scylla is not going to just stand by and take it. I dread to think what kind of disaster will happen. The emperor replied, Lady Hilaria will put up a fight, do not worry. Then he thought, now, what kind of news will you bring me next? Scene change. Beatrice came and asked, are you now serving Lady Hilaria? Celeste replied, yes, my lady. Beatrice told her, please look after her for me. This is my dear Hilaria's first time living in an imperial palace. She might have some trouble getting around. She is not good with people because she has never been outside of the principality. Celeste thought, is she talking about the Lady Hilaria I know? Really? Beatrice continued, I almost forgot. This is a gift for her ladyship. We heard jewelry of this kind is allowed in. There is more jewelry in the other box. Do you need to verify it all? Celeste replied, no, that should be enough. After that, Beatrice spoke, it has been so long, you have lost so much weight in such a short time. After Celeste was gone, Beatrice asked, did you check if what you saw in the orb is real? Hilaria replied, I don't have to personally look into that anymore. I was able to confirm it through a different route. After some discussion on strategic opportunities in the upcoming war, Hilaria told her, before the war, every party must already have made their preparations, and no one will be able to stop what is being set in motion. The only thing I can do is make sure Guinevere can coexist alongside the empire. That is the only way to prevent the fall of my principality, Beatrice replied. I trust your judgment, how can I help? Hilaria told her, I need you to look into the family in control of the arms trafficking. I am planning on having a tea party before making any moves. I have to gather the information before the party. Please look for concrete evidence of the trafficking, if possible. Katie told her, "My lady, we will be able to last 2 months with this much." Beatrice told them, "That is good to hear. I brought everything I could get." Hilaria commented, "These are top-quality monastones." Beatrice replied, "Give me a little time, and I will be able to get you more. I recently bought a deserted island that apparently has a ton of monastones." Hilaria spoke, "Thank you. As you know, I care deeply for you." Beatrice replied, "Of course I do." Next scene. Silat stated, "You come back empty-handed, you useless thing." On the other hand, Beatrice asked, "I never thought to ask, how was your first meeting with him?" Hilaria thought, "She will tease me if I say he was more handsome than I thought," then replied, "More dangerous than I thought." Beatrice asked, "I see, is that why you refused to spend a night with him?" Hilaria spoke, "I don't want to let just anyone into my bed." Celeste thought, did she just refer to His Majesty as just anyone? Beatrice told her, the other consorts would faint if they heard that. "By the way, you know the Empress's birthday banquet is in a month. Have you decided on a gift?" Hilaria replied, "Yes, it is already on its way. I have prepared a very nice gift." Back at Silat Palace, Silat shouted, "That arrogant little cow. I became a laughingstock because of you, pathetic girl." Azura replied, "I am terribly sorry." Silat thought, "I was the one who was treated as the highest among the other empresses' consorts, thanks to my rank as a duke's daughter, but everything has been ruined overnight because of that Hilaria." Azura continued, "Lady Hilaria is different from the others, she is dangerous, it would be best for you to be careful." Silat shouted, "Is that what you have to say to me? You dare try to lecture me when you could not even take care of a simple task." Azura thought, if she finds out that Lady Hilaria knows about her secret right now, her temper won't be able to handle it. Silat stated, "Let the bumpkins of the Steel Rose Palace know that I will personally make a visit tomorrow." Then she thought, "I will teach you a lesson. I will make you kneel in front of me if it is the last thing I do." The next day, Hilaria spoke, "Now that was great, you are incredibly talented." Celeste replied, "Thank you." Hilaria thought, "I never imagined she would be so good at this. It is important to be skilled at making yourself stand out with dress and accessory choices in high society. I am liking her more and more." Hilaria told them, "Great, I think I am finally ready to go to this war, so wish me luck, both of you." Katie replied, "You are the best. Go knock them dead." Celeste thought, "I am certain she will beat them all," then replied, "You will do just fine, my lady." After some time, Hilaria thought, she has been quiet for 5 whole minutes, not the aggressive type one thought she would be. Silat started the conversation by apologizing. Hilaria replied, "There is no need to apologize, I hope we can get along." Silat spoke, "You are new here. There are many things to learn. I hope you will learn a thing or two while helping me from now on. I will guide you as a consort with much experience." Hilaria replied, "So, my lady, I trust that you will help settle the internal affairs of the palace. After all, the palace can only be peaceful if we get along." Silat asked, "How would someone who was raised in a rural wasteland be able to take control of the internal affairs of this giant palace? Should the job not be entrusted to someone who can do it best, rather than someone who has nothing but her title to show for it?" Hilaria stated, "I did not come to this palace to do nothing but sit idle. In other words, I do not have the time to continue appeasing a child throwing a fit. Have you not heard from Azura yet, that I know the secret behind Lady Beneche's death? If word about this were to spread, it would not just end with you being imprisoned in the dungeon. There are many others who must answer for the crying other than you. So, as much as I have enjoyed your cute attempt at a threat, my patience for your arrogance is wearing ever so thin. It is ultimately your choice to work with me or not. I genuinely want to stay friends if we could. There is no need to be scared. I do not plan on devouring you just yet. Now, will you be my good friend, my dear lady?" Silat thought, I never expected her to know about Lady Beneche. I should have thought this through. Then she replied, "Of course, Lady Hilaria, let us be good friends." She thought, I have no choice but to cave for now. Hilaria spoke, "Thank you. I have another favor to ask. Can you ask the other concubines to attend my tea party?" Silat replied, "Of course I will." She thought, this is great, I am going to write letters to them separately and tell them to refuse her invitation. They will listen to my orders over whatever she tells them. I can't wait to see her humiliated. Hilaria stated, I am so relieved that you will be helping me. The other consorts might be hesitant to accept the invitation, since it would be our first time meeting, but they will surely listen to you, as you were the one with the most authority up until this moment. Oh my, I don't know why the flowers growing in the palace snap so easily like this, Silat thought. Maybe it won't be too late to humiliate her next time. Hilaria thought, it is just going as I planned, so, the Emperor is the only remaining variable. All I ever see on his face is his ice-cold smile. I have no idea what he is thinking. My butterfly can't go near the Emperor's chamber, let alone the Emperor himself. There must be something blocking my spirits. Next scene. The butler told them the whole story, saying, but this cannot be it. There is no way Lady Silat would just let this go, considering her temper. The Emperor asked, are you taking Lady Silat's side? The butler replied, I am not taking her side, but it is true that Lady Silat has been taking on the role of keeping the Empress in check. The Duke told them, then I will place my bet on Lady Hilaria. The Emperor asked, not on Silat, your sibling. The Duke replied, well, I have just never seen someone make such a splash before. Besides, Lady Silat is as dense as they come. She is not capable of handling any grand schemes. The Emperor thought, I heard she invited the Lady of House Genesis as soon as she arrived at the palace. The two of them graduated from the same academy. This family sent their only daughter to study far abroad in Guinevere, even though they are one of the most influential families in the capital. This is far from normal, certainly extraordinary. It seems the lady and her friend are cut from the same cloth. Then he said, I will also place my bet on Lady Hilaria. The Duke remarked, I always thought you never leaned one way when it came to the consorts. The Emperor replied, yes, she has an infatuating air about her. I heard she is preparing a tea party. I should prepare an adequate gift since our new Empress consort is hosting a tea party. The butler asked, I have not seen you go to such an extent for any of the Empress's consorts. The Emperor replied, it will be her reward for making my day so entertaining. Prepare something appropriate with care. Then he thought, the tea party will be a turning point. I wonder how much she will achieve. My expectations for her grow ever bigger. Next scene. Hilaria spoke, thank you for accepting my invitation, Lady Silat, Lady Gianna, and Lady Olivia. It is such a pleasure to meet you all. Hilaria thought, looks like I've intimidated her into submission. Still, I thought she would act prideful in front of the other Empress consorts. Yesterday's conversation must have been quite a shock. Then she said, it is so nice to meet you. Gianna replied, yes, likewise, Lady Hilaria. Hilaria thought, Gianna is a quiet one, just as the rumors stated, but her sturdy joints and calluses. Those clearly show that Gianna knows how to wield a sword. It would be good to talk to her separately later. Olivia thought, what in the world is going on here? Silat's letter was already absurd enough, and now I have witnessed this woman acting like she owns the place, even though she's only been here for a few days. Gianna has always been that way, but why is Silat not saying a word, as if a cat has got her tongue? Last night in Olivia's palace, Olivia shouted, everyone must be possessed by something, I'm sure of it. The Count replied, it's all right, my lady, there's no way a girl from the countryside, that small state in the middle of nowhere, could pose any threat to you. Olivia said, I know, I'm just ticked off by how she's acting out. The Count told her, don't worry, according to the rumors, that lady looks like a wicked witch, so much so that she terrifies anyone who comes across her. Olivia asked, so why is His Majesty showing so much interest in her? The Count replied, I heard she mesmerizes people just like a witch would, maybe she's casting a spell as well. Getting so worked up is not good for your health. You're going to become the Empress someday, right? Not to mention, you'll give birth to the heir to the throne. Olivia shouted, and what is the use of all that talk when His Majesty doesn't even look for me? Seductive fragrances and medicines for pregnancy are all proving useless. The Count said, this is the finest opal I brought from Oswald. You can't find this anywhere in Winfred. Olivia replied, wow, that's beautiful. Is there anything for me? She thought, Father always brought me something whenever he met the Empress, Just like the poisonous cake I gave to Silat's handmaid that day, stupid Silat. She probably still has no idea how or why the cake was poisoned. The Count told her, it's not much, but she's planning to get rid of that consort Hilaria. She wanted you to take care of it. Olivia thought, Her Majesty entrusted me with the task. How can I get rid of her for good, if I can dig up enough dirt on Hilaria to get her kicked out of the imperial palace? Then she told her father, please gather some information about Hilaria. Everything, even the smallest bits of rumors. Back to the present, Olivia thought, enjoy your moment while it lasts, you're going to get kicked out of this palace anyway. Then she stated, Lady, you are just as discourteous as the rumors say. You should have come and introduced yourself to the other Empress consorts as soon as you arrived here. Instead, you called us here and shamelessly said, it is nice to meet us. I knew you grew up in some countryside no one has heard of, but the sheer difference in class between you and the rest of us is simply dumbfounding. Is it that the people of the Duchy of Guinevere never educated you on such basic manners? On the other hand, at the Principality of Guinevere, Hilaria's brother said, it must be hard for her to adjust to life there. The other brother added, I am worried about our youngest, he has such a soft heart. Hilaria's mother told them, calm down, even though our Hilaria is timid and frail, she is still smart enough to manage well on her own. That doesn't mean I'm not worried about her. Their father commented, I'm glad Beatrice is in the capital, at least, my sweet child. I hope you stay safe in such a scary place. Back in the Imperial Palace, Hilaria stated, really, the Imperial Palace is such an interesting place, so many humorous people, I would bet that there isn't a single boring moment here. Lady Silat, you told me that I had much to learn, since it's my first time living here, and that you would help me get adjusted as someone with more experience. Silat replied, yes, I did. Hilaria continued, you have no idea how happy you made me when you said that. I'm sure His Majesty would want there to be peace among the four of us. I think this is the perfect time for one of your pieces of priceless advice. How do you advise I should deal with such a reckless and insolent woman who acts out however she likes? Olivia shouted, you're the one who's being reckless and insolent. Are you going to sit there and just take this, Lady Silat? Lady Silat thought, I fell for her trap. This was the reason why she asked me to invite them. I didn't expect her to rope me into her mess like this. It won't do me any good to take anyone's side here. What should I do? For now, it's best to shift my position according to the situation. Silat spoke, Lady Olivia, it is quite upsetting to hear you say all of that. Lady Hilaria told me she wanted to befriend us all, which is why I invited everyone. Lady Hilaria is still a princess from a principality. It's only right to show her our respect. I want you to apologize to her. Hilaria thought, well, she is making quite the effort. I thought she might take Olivia's side because of the time they've spent together, so now it's my turn. What could I do? The incident with Empress Consort Benish, her death was not a simple accident but a meticulously planned murder. Everyone whispered among themselves about Silat, thinking that she was the culprit, but Silat was only framed. When Benechay's family fell due to a scandal about their corruption, it was Olivia and her family who benefited the most from it. The last surviving member of House Benish brought Guinevere to its ruin, burning with the resolve to get revenge. The last surviving Sebastian sold information on Guinevere to their enemies, and having been reduced to nothing more than Winfred's bait, Guinevere walked down the path of destruction. To prevent that future, we brought the child to Guinevere before House Sebastian was exposed, and kept a watch on the child, while acting as though we were merely providing much-needed support. Only then could Guinevere be safe in my absence. A butler came and told her, I came with urgent news for you. His Majesty will be arriving here shortly. He wanted to personally wish success for Princess Hilaria's first tea party in the palace. He has prepared a small gift and will return after delivering it to you. Hilaria replied, how generous of him to come all the way here himself. She thought, a gift for me in front of the other Empress consorts. You're really going to provoke me like this? Well, it seems to be very effective. Their expressions instantly change. I will show you what you want to see, Hilaria thought. After that, Hilaria stated, Lady Olivia, I want to make up with you. I want to clear up any misunderstandings between us. There happens to be a garden nearby, so if you wouldn't mind, would you take a walk with me in the garden? Olivia thought, this is good, actually, now I can tell her what she's dealing with. Next scene, Hilaria asked, is it not truly beautiful? This garden is so big in size, but it is so delicately decorated. Olivia thought, how can she be admiring the garden in a situation like this, when she was the one who dragged Silot into the dogfight? Was I worried for nothing? Now that I look at her, those heels are made by a master craftsman and cost at least 200,000 gold. Those earrings and that necklace are the finest of their kind, worth over 300,000 gold, too. She is not ugly like the rumors say, but not as beautiful as Lady Benish, and yet, His Majesty is personally coming here to give her a gift, to wish for the success of a simple tea party. I am getting more pissed off the more I think about it. What does she have that I don't? Hilaria said, we are here. I cannot believe there is such a wonderful man-made lake in the middle of the palace. Amazing, is it not? Olivia thought, my God, I heard about the lake in the Rose Palace, but I didn't think it would be this big. Olivia replied, His Majesty bestowed the beautiful Rose Palace to you. Despite you being the Empress consort who was the last to arrive, it makes me quite jealous. Well, you would do well to learn to behave even more ladylike and polite if you want to keep enjoying the luxurious life here. She thought, one more step, and she's done for. Olivia continued, after all, this is only for your own good. The next moment, Hilaria suddenly turned. Olivia thought, oh no, I am going to fall in. Then she thought, what is happening? Why is this woman so strong? Hilaria thought, cute little Olivia, my eyes can see right through your thoughts and actions. And you will never know that you've been surrounded by countless butterflies. Ever since we started our little stroll, I brought you to an isolated place because it was risky to use my power during the tea party. Olivia said, let me go, you monster. Hilaria replied, if that is your wish. Olivia thought, what the hell? Then she asked, how, and shouted, don't you give me that. Do you think you can do this just because you are a princess? Did you secretly cast a net here or something? Hilaria stated, you want me to do what you did to Lady Benish, right back to you. Olivia thought, how does she know about that incident? Everyone who was related to that case has already been murdered by our hands. House Sebastian might have fallen, but I will still be executed if His Majesty were to find out. Then she asked, how does someone as insignificant as you know about that? Hilaria replied, I won't tell anyone if you stay quiet, so promise me that you will stay silent and out of my sight. Olivia said, what a joke, you are the one who should keep your mouth shut. Then she thought, this won't do. She looks like she's ready to kill me now that her weakness has been revealed. Hilaria thought, seriously, what did I expect? Then she stated, fine, then, goodbye. After some time, Olivia came out of the water and shouted, you animal of a woman, you are not going to get away with this. How dare you do this to me? Celeste told her, please contain yourself. Olivia shouted, what the hell are you? Get out of my way. That little skank started it first. She pushed me into the lake. Hilaria asked, whatever could you mean? I tried to hold on to you when you were about to fall into the lake. I tried my best to hold tight, but I had no choice but to let go since you didn't want my help. Olivia thought, will you look at this snake? When she started to reply, the Emperor arrived and stated, enough, such ugly yelling has no place in this beautiful garden. Olivia pleaded, please save me from this injustice, Your Majesty. Princess Hilaria pushed me into the lake. The Emperor replied, that is enough, everyone, including myself, saw you fall by yourself. You cannot blame others just because you are ashamed of your mistake. Olivia tried to say, Your Majesty, that is really not what happened. The Emperor interrupted, I said, that is enough. What are the handmaids of the palace doing? Take this lady back to the palace before her body becomes any colder. It would be a shame if she caught a cold in such great weather, Olivia thought. I am not letting this slide. After that, Hilaria said, thank you for resolving this situation. I am not used to having such accusations directed toward me. I was at a loss as to how to clear up the misunderstanding. The Emperor replied, I only sided with the truth. I am worried about your health. Perhaps you should head back to the palace and get some rest, Hilaria thought. Why does it feel like he is making fun of me? Then she told him, there is no need, I am perfectly fine. The Emperor continued, I hope this small gift will ease your upset heart. Hilaria replied. Thank you, Your Highness, this is such a beautiful necklace. The emperor asked, is it not pretty? I instructed the craftsman to make one with a golden topaz specifically. It resembles your eyes, don't you think? Hilaria thought, what? My eyes turn golden only when I am controlling the spirits. As long as I don't use too much of my power, my eyes change color only for a brief moment. The only time I overused my power was when I planted butterflies throughout the entirety of the imperial palace. I have never revealed my power in front of the emperor. At least not in an obvious way. How did he find out, or is it just a coincidence? But what if it's not? Then she replied, I think you must have mistaken me for another consort. My eyes are blue. The emperor explained, well, my dear princess, I was speaking of the shape of the pendant, of course. Does it not resemble your eyes? Hilaria replied, so it does. Then she thought, so you were just talking about the shape, but was he truly only talking about the shape? The emperor asked, may I personally put the necklace on for you? Hilaria replied, of course, it would be my honor. After that, she thought, his hands are cold. It feels like I am getting chills on the back of my neck. My body is on the warmer side because of the fire spirits. But it feels like the emperor's body temperature is much lower than other people's. Does it usually take this long to put on a necklace? The emperor said, how cute, all done. It looks great on you, as I expected. I hope you like it. Hilaria thought, is he messing with me or something? Then she replied, I cannot thank you enough, Your Majesty. The Duke thought, so that is the Empress consort Hilaria. She does not look strange or wicked as the rumors say. But her blue eyes are indeed mesmerizing. It almost feels like staring into the clear ocean. I can't take my eyes off her. The Emperor asked, what are you staring so intently at? The Duke replied, I apologize, Your Majesty, I was just so lost in thought. I did not mean anything by it. The Emperor stated, of course, you would never make such a mistake, but I suggest you be more careful. Rumors are going around about how strange she is. I will not be able to help you if you fall under her spell. The Duke replied, I will be careful, Your Majesty. Then he thought, the Emperor treats her differently than all the other consorts. Princess Hilaria and His Majesty. What is going on between the two of them that I'm not catching on to? He asked, could it be that you actually care for the princess? The Emperor replied, now, let us dawdle no further and return to the East Wing. In the next scene, Hilaria thought, I am exhausted. Katie told her, you did amazingly, Your Highness. Where are your mana stones? Do you need anything else? Hilaria replied, you can leave them there, and you can take the rest of the day off. After that, Katie said, she told us to leave her to rest for the day. Celeste asked, by the way, didn't they look very close today, His Majesty and Her Highness? It felt like they had gotten close. He even personally put the necklace on for her. Isn't it better for everyone if they started caring for each other since she is going to stay in the palace anyway? Katie thought, I think she's already wishing for it to happen. Her Highness isn't listening to us with her butterflies now, is she? Then she replied, you will be in trouble if Her Highness hears us because Her Highness is not even one bit interested in His Majesty at all. On the other hand, the Emperor thought, not interested, what a shame, not even after the gift I personally prepared for her. It looks like your master does not like me. Is it because she is not an ordinary human? A consort who can control fire spirits. How fascinating. The way this butterfly is tiny, yet burns so hot. It is just like its master. I don't plan on destroying you, so don't be scared. On the contrary, I want to be closer to you. I hope you promise me that you will not fly away. Although you will never be able to anyway. Since we are still a little awkward with each other, you will have to stay there for the moment. My new friend. I was beginning to wonder what she was seeing and hearing. Good friends call each other by nicknames, so what would be a good name for you? I think Hill is great. I'm going to call you Hill from now on. Then, in the Steel Rose Palace, Hilaria thought, no matter how hard I think about it, I still don't get it. What is the real intention behind this necklace? This is even more frustrating since I can't make my butterfly listen in on him. On top of that, what he said back then, who are you calling cute? I am beautiful, not cute. He's just trying to mess with me. He planned in advance. knowing that I would be shaking in anger like this. He is gravely mistaken if he thinks I am just going to sit here and take it. I have to find the Emperor's weakness. It is strange how he was able to be made the Emperor in the first place. Was there some kind of deal with the previous Emperor during that time? It is strange how my butterfly just perished. For some reason, he gets more mysterious the more I look into him. I need someone to discuss this with. Tell Beatrice that I would like to meet her tomorrow. I need to dig a little deeper. Asterisk. On the other hand, Olivia shouted, "That damned Hilaria, why would His Majesty take that woman's side? Could this whole incident be a scheme that Princess Hilaria devised? She is like some sort of witch." Wait, a witch? That's right. There is a history in this empire of people going on something called the witch hunt, isn't there? Olivia continued. Send someone to Guinevere without my father's knowledge, and find proof that Empress Consort Hilaria is a witch. You know what I am talking about. Make up proof that she controls spirits and casts hexes on people. The maid thought, witch. This word is thrown around so freely these days, but 300 years ago, witches were feared and hunted. The witch hunts that were ordered by the emperor, at that time resulted in merciless executions and countless victims. The madness of the witch hunts only died down after the war. The one who gained the upper hand for the empire was the Crimson Queen, who was an imperial knight at the time, as a sign of acknowledgement for her achievements. She was granted land, on which she built the Duchy of Guinevere. Now, her ladyship wants to frame the lady of that very duchy as a witch. This is too dangerous, she asked. What if His Majesty ever finds out? Olivia replied, I have nothing to be scared of, with the Empress supporting me. Even if things do go wrong, there are so many people I can frame instead. When she is gone, the Emperor will be mine, along with the entirety of the imperial palace. The next day, the Emperor asked, why not go and have a nice meal with your family? You should make a visit to your sister. The Duke asked, do you mean Lady Silot, Your Majesty? If there is something you wish for her to do, I can deliver the message in your stead. The Emperor told him, you are still ever so cold-hearted toward your one and only sister. The Duke replied, she still has far too much to learn. Such a fool, letting Lady Olivia take advantage of her. Then he said, my apologies. The Emperor stated, she must be feeling quite intimidated from her meeting with Lady Hilaria. Deliver my condolences to her. I am planning to entrust the upcoming welfare project to her. The butler commented, with all due respect, entrusting work is a great idea to express your affection to several ladies at once. The Emperor replied, go and invite Lady Hilaria to tomorrow's breakfast. Since she has restructured the order within the palace, I should give her a befitting reward. The Duke asked, is the reason you are putting Silot in charge of the welfare project, to strengthen Lady Hilaria's influence? The Emperor replied, I would be lying if I said that was not my reason. In the next scene, the Emperor welcomed the Empress, saying, it has been far too long since I had the pleasure of seeing you. The Empress replied, it has indeed, Your Majesty. I heard you brought in a new consort recently. The Emperor said, I did. Lady Hilaria from the Duchy of Guinevere is my new consort. She is a very frail lady. With her home being such a cold region, she fell ill right after moving here, and we did not even get the chance to spend our first night together. The Empress said, that is the case. I have no choice but to understand why she has not introduced herself to me, the elder of these palaces, when she is a nobody from a little duchy. The Emperor replied, you are so right, Mother, you are the elder of this court. Lady Hilaria also happens to be planning a tea party to acquaint herself with the ladies of high society. I guess you have not been informed yet. I heard she was preparing it with Lady Silot. Since they should be busy with the preparations, I suggest you ask if you could join them. The Empress thought, how dare this young little thing of a consort host a tea party without my permission? Then she said, well then, I must make my way back. The Emperor said, no, are you leaving so soon? Have a safe trip back, Mother. After that, the Empress thought, you just wait and see. No matter how bitter this shame is to swallow, I will do anything for Nathan, my son, to regain his throne, even if that means I have to sell my own soul. In the next scene, Hilaria asked, he wants to have breakfast again, not with the other Empress consorts, but with me. My ears are going to bleed from the gossip. Celeste told her, if I may guess, could this be His Majesty expressing his feelings for you? Hilaria replied, I doubt it. Just tell them that I am ill and that I can't attend. Add a comment about how I'm so sick that I can't even swallow a spoonful of soup. Celeste thought, but His Majesty has never shown anyone a gesture like this. Does she truly have no interest in His Majesty at all? Hilaria thought, wait, maybe I should use this chance too. Then she said, I've changed my mind. Tell them that I will have breakfast with him tomorrow, and I want to see him somewhere new and different. Katie thought, that is the face she makes when she is up to something. On the other hand, the Emperor was listening to the entire conversation. When Katie asked, you're not planning to do anything dangerous again, are you? Hilaria replied, don't worry, I won't do anything risky. The Emperor spoke, with your master around, my days will never be boring. She is good at seeing the big picture. Then he thought, thanks to Hilaria directing everyone's attention toward herself, I was able to quickly take care of the rest of Lady Benechay's relatives. I froze Hilaria's butterfly and placed them into the ones I left alive, then dispatched them to the kingdom of Serif after turning them into my puppets. Things became quite easy to take care of, thanks to your master. Everything is going just as I planned, but I did not expect this level of disinterest from her. Won't she be interested in what I wear? When have I ever told her that I wasn't interested in her? The next day, the Emperor told her, after hearing that you wanted to dine somewhere new and different, I had them prepare the meal outdoors. Do you not like it? Hilaria thought, how can I eat with so many eyes watching me? Then she replied, I do. Thank you for your consideration, she thought. I feel like I'll be pierced to death from all the eyes staring at me before I can ever enjoy this sunlight. Hilaria asked, can we perhaps dismiss the people around us? The Emperor replied, no, please bear with them, even if it's a little uncomfortable. We do not know what kind of dangers might be lurking. Do the other consorts of mine ever display their jealousy of you? Hilaria explained, well, the people around me are always jealous of me, even without your help. The Emperor told her, I do not doubt that. It seems as though your face is always puffier in the morning. Are you, by any chance, making it on purpose to look cute for me? Hilaria stated, how can you say something so absurd? I am not cute, I am always beautiful, never cute. The Emperor started laughing, then replied, I apologize, I couldn't help myself, you're just so cute. The butler thought, wow, I can't believe His Majesty is laughing so heartily. Hilaria thought, the more he expresses his interest in me, the more noble ladies who want to side with the Emperor will gather around me. That will give me influence and power, and provide the Emperor and his people with a foundation for their power in turn. The Emperor stated, if you're having difficulties with anything, do let me know. You can trust that I will always be on your side. Hilaria asked, on my side? The Emperor also asked, do you think otherwise? Hilaria replied, please tell me what you need me to do. The Emperor told her, I want you to meet with the Empress Dowager. Hilaria replied, but you told me that I didn't need to. The Emperor asked, what is it? Do you hate the Empress that much? Hilaria thought, yes, I hate her so much that it makes me shake at the mere thought of her. After all, I already saw everything. Every crime that the Empress Dowager will be committing from now on. Hilaria stated, she is completely incompatible with me, because she is someone who would not hesitate to destroy anything to achieve her objective. Like this video. Hit the like button and subscribe for more videos.